Today, we're diving deep into a topic that, well, it often feels wrapped up in technical acronyms, but it has some really profound business implications. We're talking cybersecurity, specifically Open XDR.
Hmm.
It can seem like a dense subject, maybe a bit intimidating, but our mission today is to sort of cut through that complexity.
Yeah.
We want to pull out the most important insights and really get a handle on how its value can be communicated clearly, beyond just the tech specs.
Definitely.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, and it's really crucial we do because when we talk about investing in cybersecurity, clients aren't just buying software packages.
Right.
They're buying protection, they're buying peace of mind, and ultimately business continuity. So this deep dive, it's really about understanding the fundamental business impact of having truly unified threat detection.
Okay, so we've all heard the buzz around XDR, but maybe for our listeners, what's the core difference? What makes Open XDR really different, maybe revolutionary, compared to, say, an advanced EDR system they might already know?
That's a great question. It gets right to the heart of it, really. Open XDR, or Extended Detection and Response, it isn't just about endpoints, like your laptops or servers.
Okay.
It's a cybersecurity approach that actually correlates and analyzes security data across your entire IT environment.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. Think beyond just individual computers. It's about the whole ecosystem.
So it's not just a simple upgrade to traditional antivirus or even, a powerful EDR system. It sounds like a fundamental shift in how we monitor security.
Precisely, yeah. Unlike those more siloed tools, OpenXDR pulls signals from a really diverse set of sources.
Like what kind of sources?
Well, we're talking traditional endpoints, yes, definitely those. But crucially, also email systems, your cloud platforms, think Microsoft 365, AWS, Google Cloud, identity and access logs. So like when someone logs into an application and network traffic too, it's about pulling in all that comprehensive data.
Wow. Okay, so when you pull all those different disparate data points together, what's the actual result? For a security team or, for the business itself?
You get a truly unified view of suspicious activity. And the key things are, it's far more accurate, it's much faster to detect threats, and it becomes significantly easier to act on what you find.
Okay.
It provides that complete picture, right? Not just these fragmented glimpses you might get from different tools or different departments looking at their own little piece.
Right, like one tool sees something weird on a laptop, another sees weird network traffic, but they don't talk.
Exactly. OpenXDR connects those dots.
Hmm.
It's kind of like having a security system that watches every single entrance, every window, every hallway in your building, not just the front door.
Ah, okay. I like that analogy.
It paints the full picture for you.
That definitely paints a picture beyond just the technical stuff. I can see how for clients, it's like shifting from, only watching the front door to having eyes on every corner of their building. But here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Why should you, the listener, care about this? Beyond the technical definitions, what are the real-world business outcomes? How does it address those maybe unspoken anxieties business leaders have?
Right, because that's what it comes down to. And what's fascinating here is that while the technology is complex under the hood, the business outcomes are actually surprisingly straightforward and powerful.
Okay.
Like we said, clients aren't buying a tool. They're buying protection, peace of mind, business continuity. So we tend to focus on 4 key outcomes that OpenXDR really delivers. Each one addresses a critical business concern.
All right, let's hear them.
Okay, first off, faster detection means less damage. Think about the CFO's silent dread, right? About an undiagnosed breach costing potentially millions.
Yeah, that's a big one.
OpenXDR tackles that fear head-on. Because it spots attacks early, it allows them to be stopped when they can still be contained.
Yeah.
You're not waiting hours or sometimes days to realize something bad has happened.
Okay, so you're not just reacting when the house is already on fire.
Yeah.
You're catching the spark, minimizing that blast radius, like you said. What's the next big win?
Second, fewer false positives mean lower cost.
Yeah.
Anyone who's dealt with security alerts knows just how overwhelming the sheer volume can be,
Yeah.
right? Just noise.
Oh, yeah. Alert fatigue is real.
Totally. So by correlating events across all those different systems we talked about, OpenXDR is incredibly effective at filtering out that noise.
How so?
Well, it sees context. An alert that looks minor on its own might be linked to other suspicious activity elsewhere. Or, conversely, activity that looks bad in isolation might be perfectly normal when seen in context. So it filters better.
Ah, okay.
This means security teams aren't wasting precious time and, frankly, money chasing dead ends.
Yeah.
I've seen teams spend maybe 20% of their day just on false alarms. Imagine cutting that down significantly.
Right, so cutting down false positives isn't just about saving time, it fundamentally shifts how security teams use their resources. That sounds like a huge operational efficiency gain. What else should we be thinking about?
Third one, stronger security means lower risk. Look, modern attacks often uh, bypass traditional, more limited tools they're designed to.
Mm.
Open XDR covers those crucial areas, like cloud environments, identity systems, email, which, let's be honest, is where so many threats actually originate these days.
Yeah. Phishing, business email compromise.
Exactly. So this leads to significantly fewer blind spots and ultimately fewer actual breaches, which raises an important question, right? What's the cost of a blind spot you don't even know you have? OpenXDR helps reveal them.
That's a sobering thought. Okay, and the fourth outcome.
And finally, fourth, clear reporting means provable ROI. This is a big one. One of the really powerful aspects of good OpenXDR platforms is their ability to provide regular, concrete reports that actually show tangible results.
Okay, but tangible how? Can you give us maybe a concrete example of a metric that would truly resonate with, say, a non-technical board member, something maybe they've never really seen before from their security reports?
That's a fantastic point. Yeah, beyond just number of threats blocked, which, let's face it, can be a bit abstract or technical.
Right. What does that really mean for the business?
Exactly. Instead of just threat counts, you can now provide metrics like mean time to detect, how quickly are we spotting things, and mean time to respond, how fast are we shutting them down. And you can show those metrics improving over time.
Ah, demonstrating progress.
Yes. Or even provide something like a risk reduction score over time. This directly ties the security actions you're taking to measurable business value. It makes the security investment quantifiable, understandable to leadership in their terms.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So what does this all mean for you, the listener, maybe when you're trying to communicate this value? Let's say you're talking to a business leader who isn't a cybersecurity expert. How do you actually shift the conversation from all the technical features we just covered to this strategic value, these business outcomes?
Yeah, it's really all about reframing the language you use. It's crucial. So, for example, instead of saying something technical like, we use multi-source telemetry to enrich detection, which sounds like jargon.
Right, eyes glaze over.
Exactly. You should instead communicate something like, we detect attacks that would normally go unnoticed by traditional tools, especially the ones targeting your email, your cloud apps, or maybe your staff accounts.
Ah, that's a huge difference. It immediately connects to a real, tangible business problem they might actually be worried about, like phishing or an account takeover.
Precisely. Here's another example. Rather than just stating, it's an extended detection and response layer, which is technically true but maybe not helpful,
Yeah, a bit dry.
tell them. It gives us full visibility across your entire environment so we can stop threats before they become disasters.
Yeah,
Focus on the outcome.
before they become disasters. Okay.
Or, when you want to explain that data correlation piece, instead of saying it uses correlation logic across multiple data
Which
sources,
sounds complicated.
try. It links suspicious events together to give us the full story so we can act faster and with more confidence. It's all about translating those features into clear benefits and then linking those benefits to direct business impact.
Okay, it's really clear that this reframing is crucial. It's not just about the tech specs, it's about understanding the strategic value. It turns a feature into an actual solution for them.
Exactly.
But what about, the common hesitations or the questions a listener might run into when they're considering a solution like this, something so comprehensive?
That's a good point. Yeah, there are definitely some common objections clients raise. For instance, the first one you often hear is, don't we already have antivirus and a firewall?
Yeah, that seems like a very natural first reaction, right? Especially if they've already invested money in those foundational layers.
Absolutely. And the response needs to be something like, yes, you absolutely do. And those are essential baseline defenses.
Mm.
But modern attacks are specifically designed to slip past those. OpenXDR is designed to catch what those foundational tools miss. It's not about replacing them. Think of it as an essential upgrade. It adds a critical layer of active defense, of visibility to your overall security.
Okay, an upgrade, not a replacement. Makes sense. What about the perceived complexity? Someone might just say, look, this sounds really complex. Do I actually need all this? Businesses are already feeling overwhelmed managing their IT.
Yeah, another fair point. And for that, You can assure them, look, the underlying complexity, all that tech stuff, that's entirely handled by the provider. That's their job.
Okay.
For you, the client, it actually means simpler, more effective protection. You end up with fewer headaches because everything is integrated, it's managed, it's correlated behind the scenes. You get the benefit without the burden of trying to manage all those different systems yourself.
So the complexity is the provider's problem, the benefit is the client's.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then, of course, the big one. For any business decision, especially these days, what's the ROI? How do you prove this isn't just another cost center sucking up budget?
Right. And here, we tie back directly to those business outcomes we talked about earlier.
Okay.
You say, you'll see reduced downtime from incidents. You'll have fewer security incidents that actually impact your operations. And you'll get clearer, quantifiable reporting on your security status that demonstrates continuous improvement over time. So it's not just about protection in the abstract. It's about providing predictability and resilience to your operations, which has a direct financial impact on the bottom line. Fewer disruptions, better planning.
Got it. So, switching gears slightly, how do providers actually help clients see this value? To understand it once Open XDR is actually running, it's one thing to talk about it in a sales meeting, but another to demonstrate it, week after week, month after month.
Yeah, that's absolutely critical. And this is where, honestly, the leading platforms really differentiate themselves. Many are built not just to deliver the Open XDR service, but also to communicate its value really clearly back to the clients.
How do they do that?
Well, they often offer things like client-friendly reporting dashboards. Dashboards that show risk reduction and business outcomes, not just a flood of raw technical data.
Right, something a manager can actually understand at a glance.
Exactly. They might provide, say, branded monthly reports with clear security ratings, maybe threat insights specific to your environment, and tracking of ongoing improvements, making it visible and regular.
That sounds like a really powerful way to continuously demonstrate the value. Yeah. Moving from just a reactive fix-it kind of mentality to really proactive security management.
Absolutely. And beyond the reporting, many also provide crucial operational support.
Yeah.
Things like multi-tenant management, which is huge for partners who need to scale Open XDR across multiple clients easily.
Okay.
And often flexible per-user pricing models are available, which makes it economically viable for businesses of different sizes, not just massive enterprises.
Right.
And the best providers even offer sales enablement support resources to help their partners confidently package, price, and pitch Open XDR right from the start, helping them make that shift in conversation we talked about.
It really sounds like it's about turning Open XDR from just another technical add-on into a genuine growth opportunity. Not just for the security provider selling it, but for the client's business itself, precisely because it shifts the focus from selling tools to selling tangible outcomes.
That's the essence of it, yeah. That's the goal.
Wow. This has been an incredibly insightful deep dive into Open XDR. I feel like I understand it much better now. So for you, the listener, maybe the core takeaways are pretty clear. Open XDR is security that, well, it sees everything, from your cloud apps to your email, not just what happens on one device. It helps detect real threats sooner, which significantly reduces potential downtime and that financial risk we keep talking about.
Definitely.
It makes your overall security investment go further, really, by cutting through all that noise and providing clarity and confidence. And ultimately, it really positions security as a business enabler, something offering predictability and resilience, not just another technical add-on or cost center.
Well said. And, this raises an important question, maybe something for you to consider. How can understanding and really communicating the why behind any complex solution, not just cybersecurity, how can that empower you to make more informed and strategic decisions, both in your professional life and maybe even your personal life, too?
That is a fantastic thought to end on, something to really chew on. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today. We hope you feel a little bit more well-informed, maybe more confident tackling these complex but really important topics.